Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to try our best to go along with our unit of telling time. It's going to be a little bit difficult because I don't have my document camera still, and I just think that telling time over a computer is a little bit difficult. But that is okay. We will manage and get through, and it'll be fine. At one point today, I am going to have you just talk over something with an adult, not really ask you to draw it because you would be drawing. I just plugged my document camera in even though it doesn't work. At one point you would be drawing 3 different hands. So I think that it's just easier if you just talk it over with an adult, and the adult will be able to see your finger and let you know if you are correct. Okay? Alrighty, so we're talking about telling time, and really we're working on telling time to the hour, to the 15-minute mark, past the hour, and to the half hour. Maybe not even to the 15-minute mark. For sure the hour, and for sure the half hour. Alright? So, using a clock, if you find one in your math packet, you can talk over with an adult where the hour hand and the minute hand would be to show 8 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Remember that if the time says o'clock, the minute hand is always at the exact same spot. Okay? It's always at the exact same spot. For any o'clock time, the minute hand is always pointing to the 12. That is the new hour. And so when the new hour is starting, we say it's o'clock. So it can be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. All of those o'clocks, the minute hand is always facing the 12. The hour hand is what is different. Okay? And quick refresher, which hand is the minute hand? The long hand or the short hand? The minute hand is the long hand. It almost touches the numbers on most clocks. The hour hand is the shorter hand. Okay? So this is the one where I was saying that you could talk to an adult about, where it says it's 2 o'clock, next it's just past 2 o'clock, then it's almost 3 o'clock, then it is 3 o'clock. Where is the hour hand for each time? So we're going to be looking at the hour hand. As the time goes around the clock, the hands move in a direction that we call clockwise. So if you can see my mouse, both the hour hand and the minute hand go in a circle like this around the clock. The minute hand and the hour hand move together. So as that minute hand moves off past the 12 and starts into the hour, that hour hand is also going to be starting to move from one hour number to the next. Now, every tick that the minute hand moves, the hour hand is not going to move because the minute hand has to go much farther. The minute hand has to go all the way around the clock, whereas the hour hand is just going from one number to the next. So the hour hand is going to move much slower, but sometimes it'll be in between these two numbers. Okay? When it's just past the o'clock time, it's going to be in between these two numbers, and it's important to remember that the time is always back one. If it's in between two numbers, the hour is always back. Alright, let's look at these. So here is where the hour hand is at. If you look, the hour hand, and you trace it with your finger, it's pretty much pointing to the 2. Or maybe a tick past the 2. So it is just past what o'clock? Remember, if it's past it, we loop back around to it. So it's just past 2 o'clock. Following my hour hand with my finger, and I get to this tick mark right here. So it's just past 2 o'clock. Let's follow this hour hand. You have these pages in your math packet, by the way. Let's follow this hour hand. Let's see. Oh, we are at the tick just before the 3, so it's still in the hour of 2, but down here it says it's almost blank o'clock. So we want to know what time it almost is if it's at the tick just before the 3. If we're talking about almost, means it's coming up. It is almost, where did my mouse just go? It just vanished. There it is. It is almost 3 o'clock. Okay. And let's look at this hand. Let's follow it with our finger. It is pointing right at the 3. So what time is it if the hour hand points right at the 3? It is 3 o'clock. Good job. So this is hour hand, just the hour hands for different times. Okay, it can be just past, it can be almost, or it is. Okay. We're not going to do these problems, number 1 or number 2. I do want you to do this problem. Draw the hour hand to show the time. So you're just drawing that short hour hand like we looked at right here. This short hour hand. Now, on all clocks, the hour hand is not red, but iReady stays with red for hour hand, blue for minutes. That's up to you if you want to find something that is red to draw your hour hand. That's okay, but I also want you to know that that's not the same for all clocks. So I want you to remember that the hour hand is the shorter hand. So if you draw your arrow or your hands, not all clocks have arrows at the end of them either, all clock hands. If you draw your hand and it is almost touching this 8, I didn't even look at the number, it is too long. An hour hand is short. It shouldn't go probably past here. When you're drawing your hour hand, it shouldn't go past this length around the center circle. Okay, so where would the hour hand be if it's 8 o'clock? Would it be pointing directly at the 8? Would it be in between the 8 and the 9? Or would it be pointing at the 9 or the 7? Where would the hour hand be? It would be pointing directly at the 8. So as best as you can, you want to draw your hour hand pointing directly at the 8. If you noticed how I did it with my mouse, I went from the 8, and then I would start drawing from right here. Whoa, what did I just do? Okay. And then over here, almost 9 o'clock. Where is the hand, the hour hand, when it's almost 9 o'clock? It's not 9 o'clock yet, but almost. Right, it would be like pointing to here. So maybe from here, draw it there. So I start from the outside, I trace it to right here, and then I would put my pencil down or whatever I'm using and then start drawing. Okay. Which hour hand shows 11 o'clock? Circle the clock. Circle the clock that the hand is showing 11 o'clock. Let's see. I can tell that this one's not pointing in the right direction. I'm not sure about these ones, so I need to trace it with my finger. Let's see if I trace this one where I get. Oh, I think that one's a tick past the 11. Let's try this one. Let's see if this one's a little closer. Ooh, I think it's the third one. This one points directly at the 11. Good job. Which hour hand shows almost 6 o'clock? Almost 6 o'clock. I know it's not going to be this third one this time because this one is pointing directly at the 6. It's not going to point directly at the 6 if it's almost 6 o'clock. I know it's not this one that's pointing at the 7 because that's the wrong hour. It said almost 6 o'clock. Let's look at this one. This one is maybe a tick or two before the 6. Well, almost, it's almost 6, so it's almost to the 6, but not quite yet. clock number 1 tells me that it is still in the hour of 5, but it is almost 6 because that hour hand is almost on the 6. Here's another one where you are drawing the hour hands. Draw the hour hand on clock number 1 to show just past 7 o'clock. The hour hand on clock number 2 on clock number 2 to show almost 8 o'clock. And then the hour hand on clock number 3 to show 8 o'clock. So for just past 7, we want it to be a tick or 2 past 7, and then draw our hour hand. For almost 8, we want it to be maybe a tick or 2 in front of the 8. Remember, in front, the hands go this way. So in front of would be right here, and then we would draw our arrow. For 8 o'clock, that means it is pointing directly at the 8. So I would follow the 8 up and then draw my hand. Draw the hour hand to show 11 o'clock on this clock and almost 4 o'clock on this clock. Okay. I don't think that you have these two in your, I don't think you have the exit ticket. Let me take a peek. I think you have up until there. All right, what I would like you guys to do today is to do the practice page 523 and page 524, where you're looking at the clock and looking at the hour hands. And then on the very last problem, number 5, you are practicing drawing your hour hand to show the time. Those are the 2 pages that I would like you to turn in.